Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and I will be one of the trainers for this hour. And we will be doing a topic called internet addiction. So, are you addicted to the internet? Do you have to be online at all times with your smartphone and maybe mobile broadband, or do you look for a Wi-Fi connection wherever you are? If so, you might actually be an internet addict. So, what we're going to do is we are going to go through this reading exercise about internet addiction, and then look at vocabulary, and then discuss whether we are all internet addiction addicts. And since we're studying online, maybe we are. Who knows? So this should be a fun lesson that we can go through and see. So. Just to introduce myself a little, my name is Holly, and I am a native English trainer from Idaho. I have been teaching English since 1994. Hello, Max. Hello, Max. How are you today?
Good evening, Holly. I'm fine,
Hi.
thank you. How are you?
Very good. It's funny you say good evening and I say good morning, and it's the other way around for both of us. So, yeah. So how was your work day yesterday?
Okay,
Yeah,
nothing special.
nothing special. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
About topic, I left my cell phone
uh-huh.
uh, 6 days ago
Uh-huh.
in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been living without cell phone for last 6 days.
Oh, really? And how do you feel
Yeah,
about that?
I'm okay. I
Yeah.
don't think about it yet.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
I
I
think.
can I can live without my cell phone. It's my computer I can't live without. So, do you have a smartphone?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
And now I
Uh,
have um, to go and bring back.
mhm. Is the hotel holding it for you?
Yeah. I called them and they
Mhm.
said that they hold for me.
Yeah. Good. Good. Hello, Ahmed. How
Yes,
are
how
you?
are you?
How are you
How are you, my
again?
teacher? My best teacher.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So, yeah. So I saw that you did not take a break. You went on and took another class after the last one. So I'm impressed. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry?
excellent. Hello, Saud. How are you today? How are you again?
I'm fine.
Excellent. Well, welcome. This is Holly from the other class before the last one.
Hmm.
So hello. Um, all right. So the topic for this class is internet addiction. So, um, and Max, do you think you are addicted to the internet?
Um,
What do you think?
I think I'm not addicted to the
Yeah.
internet. It's just like one tool that I use for my job and for my learning.
Uh,
It's
okay.
not like uh, how can I say bad habits. Or,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. How about you, Ahmed? Are you addicted to the internet? What do you think?
Uh, overall, overall, I think I'm not addicted to the internet, but I have some sort of education,
Mm-hmm.
addiction. I think when since I start to learn English, I
Uh-huh.
don't know why when I came to internet to Google, I usually looking for a new site for a good site, good service in English site. I don't know why that. I found myself usually looking for a site. Even I have maybe 15 or 20 good of them.
Yeah, that's funny, but I totally understand what you mean. So totally, completely. And how about you, Saud? Are you addicted to the internet?
Yes, I'm crazy about internet.
Yeah. So what is your favorite site?
Actually, I have my own site that it takes a long time, daily basis, from me to deal with customers. Also, I developing the website for some customers, something like that, and I'm crazy about e-business. So most of my day I spend on internet.
Okay. You sound like me. I spend pretty much all of my day, it seems like, on the internet. I have to leave my house to get away from the internet, which is why I don't mind if I forget my cell phone. So, because otherwise I will check my email or check Facebook or whatever. So, all right. And so, all right. So the question here, the warm-up question is this is kind of silly for us. When was the last time you used the internet? Well, we're using it right now. So Saud, what is your favorite website?
I think when you say favorite, we have a lot of websites. For example, Twitter, Instagram, and some newspaper.
Okay.
And internet.
Okay. Yeah. So it depends.
I couldn't say that I have one favorite website.
One favorite. Okay.
Difficult answer.
Okay, thank you. And Ahmed, how about you? What is your favorite website?
No one I especially, but I think usually I'm looking for two kind of sites. The first one is the news site, and the others in this period, maybe last 2-3 years, the English website only.
Okay. Question for you. I have heard I've heard this several times. Maybe you can confirm. I've heard that the news organization around the world that is the most subjective or unbiased is Al Jazeera. Is that true?
Unbiased?
Unbiased, yeah.
Means what?
It means they report the news and they don't put opinion.
I don't think so. I think that most of media today, especially newspaper or even or channel TV, have some collocation between the news and the think, or what I want to say,
with their
my vision
agenda.
Yeah, and no one of them you can separate that to think. I think that's something I think usually I say I saw when I try to read any article, any topic on them, and even if they deal with the event, you know, because as you say Al Jazeera, before maybe 3 night or 4 nights they they publish some leaking from story leaking from presidency of Egypt, which has a president, Egyptian president, who talk that who say that GCC country like Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Kuwait and Bahrain, those country is a half country, and they should pay a lot of money for him time to time. I think what Al Jazeera made, I think that it took that as the main topic in that night.
Okay, so they took it out of context, maybe.
And that time was a good story in Yemen, in many country here in this region, to dominate the first topic. Why they use that kind of news as a first news in that journal.
Okay, so basically, like so many other news organizations, they found something that their market would like, and they sensationalized it. And I put it in the Google chat. They sensationalized the news. Okay, that I had not heard about Al Jazeera. So a lot of us, especially those in Northern Europe, will go to Al Jazeera just to get an unbiased viewpoint. So, yeah. Max, how about you? What is your favorite website?
It's hard to pick up one of them. Maybe YouTube.
YouTube? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I get caught up on YouTube sometimes, so I usually stay away from it, because if I go to YouTube, I'll be there for a long time. So I would say that like you guys, I have lots of different favorite ones. I would say that my favorite, the website I go to for if I only go to one website a day, which I don't, but it is the Facebook, and that's because I see what my friends are up to. So, and many times that's the only time I communicate with my friends, because we're all so busy. So, but all right, let's look at this vocabulary, and then we are going to read a text. So we have I'm going to read these words just for pronunciation, and we've got tweet, in the flesh, endlessly, excessive, the norm, power down, and then the definitions over here are face-to-face, standard, send a message using Twitter, repeatedly, switch off, and too much. And hello, Jinyu, how are you?
Hi, teacher.
Welcome. So we are talking about internet addiction. So question for you, Jinyu, are you addicted to the internet?
Absolutely.
You are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay. So half of us are and half of us are not. So that's good. So we've got these vocabulary words here. So let's start. Max, can you choose one of these words and then choose the definition?
Tweet.
Okay. To
It's
tweet.
like send a message using Twitter.
Yes, send a message using Twitter. Okay. So question for you, Max. Do you tweet?
No, I don't use Twitter.
No, you don't. Okay.
Twitter.
Okay. And Ahmed, do you tweet?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So Sao, do you tweet?
Yes, so much.
Yeah. Do you tweet a lot? Have you met any of the people that you have you met face to face? Any of the people you've met over Twitter?
No.
No, not yet. Okay, I did that. I thought it was so cool. So, Jinyu, do you tweet? Do you use Twitter? Jinyu, are you there?
Hi, teacher.
Hello. So do you use Twitter, Jinyu?
YouTube and Twitter are both blocked by Chinese government.
Oh, okay.
But in China, there's a similar social media like Twitter.
Mhm.
It's called Weibo.
Mhm.
But I don't use that.
Okay. You don't use it. Okay. All right. So only Saud and myself. Back in the day, that's 5 or 6 years ago, I was one of the top 10 tweeters in Finland. So, but I stopped when I moved to the States because it was just I became too busy. So, all right, Ahmed, could you choose a word and match it?
Mm-hmm. Power down.
Mm-hmm.
Switch off.
Switch off. Perfect. All right. So, question for you, Ahmed. Do you power down your computer every day, or do you keep it going?
Yes, I power down it every day.
Okay. All right.
Every time. Yeah.
Okay. And Max, how about you? Do you power down your computer every day?
Yeah, every night.
Every night? Okay.
And
Saud.
when I go to work.
Oh, really? Okay. Saud, how about you? Do you power down your computer every day?
Yes, for safety matter.
Okay, for safety reasons. Okay. And Jinyu, do you?
I often have my computer on
Mm-hmm.
when I go to work because I am playing the video games.
Mm-hmm. And your key, are you saving your place in the video game?
Mm. I often play some 3D games on the
Mm-hmm.
internet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make the characters I act to increase, though I have my computer on.
Okay. Do you ever study English in 3D?
Mm. Oh, I never studied that subject.
Okay. I have because I have taught, I think it was about 5, 6 years ago, I taught a business English course in a 3D environment. So all of my students were using avatars, and we were walking around. It was really fun. So,
Teacher, what
yes,
is avatar?
avatar. Let me show you.
The application.
Yeah, avatar is the image of the 3D character.
Mm.
So let me show you on Google Images. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Bear with me a moment. Okay, so this is a 3D world or a game, and the avatar are these people right here. So that's what that is. So this is an avatar.
What's the meaning of what Okay, the picture is the avatar.
Yeah. So each person right here probably represents a person who is at home. So,
It's not really person. Yeah.
well, the person who's like, say for example, if a voice comes out, it's probably a person on the other end in a 3D virtual world.
Mm-hmm. That's the
So,
avatar.
yeah. So like, say there's a lot of 3D worlds. 3D, like Second Life is one, and lots of different ones. So,
Enemy.
what? Excuse me?
Called, I think, enemy.
And
Animation.
animation, yeah, that's another one. But a 3D world is where, for example, you sign in just like you do in this type of thing, and then you have your person and you walk them around and you dress them, and stuff like that. And there's different 3D companies that you do that with. So it's kind of an interesting idea. But I didn't actually like the teaching that much, so using it. So, all right. Let's go on to the next one. Saud, can you choose one word and match it? So we've got
Okay.
power down and tweet have been done.
The norm, I think, is standard.
Standard, absolutely. So, like for example, powering down computers, that is the standard. And then there's me. I watch Netflix all night, so I do not follow the norm in powering down computers. So, Jinyu, can you choose a word?
She's excessive.
Uh-huh.
Too much.
Too much, yes. All right. And Max.
In the flesh.
Yep.
Maybe face to face.
Yes, in the flesh. So many times people they spend so much time on the internet, they do not see their friends in the flesh anymore.
Yeah.
They see them. I feel like that's with my friends, but everybody's so busy. So, okay, last one, endlessly. So if something is endless, it is repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
So it repeats and repeats and repeats. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this reading. And so we've got some new words. We also have these 4 words that we will also use. We have interrupted, available, problem, and advance. And I'm using the Google Chat because I'm not sure why, but my Verbling chat is not working. So I'm typing these words in capital letters on the Google Chat. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and read this and see if we can put these words in the right one. So, Jinyu, can you read the first paragraph?
I know I have problem. Explain. 25-year-old Chuck Harris. My whole life revolves around the internet. I can't stop myself. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. They surreptitiously at work.
And surreptitiously.
Surreptitiously at work. I endlessly updating my Facebook account or tweeting something. I never seem to talk to people in the flesh. Instead, it's all done online.
Okay,
This
excellent.
guy is like me.
Okay, excellent. Saud. No, I'll read the next paragraph actually. Next sentence. Chuck's addiction is a growing problem worldwide, with excessive internet use affecting millions of people's lives. Saud, could you read the next paragraph?
Commentators say that the problem is only going to get worse within the next few years. Wi-Fi will be
No worries. Bless you. Okay,
Wi-Fi will be
here, one of these words right here. Available, advanced, or interrupted.
available, I think.
Yes.
Available everywhere. And all telephones will be so-called smartphones. Social messaging is already becoming the norm, and those who have opted out of social messaging services such as Facebook or Twitter will find themselves increasingly marginalized by society.
Society. Okay.
Society.
Society. Okay. First of all, let's look at these. There's two words here I think we need to look at. Surreptitiously. Does anybody know what surreptitiously is?
No.
Okay. Surreptitiously is secretly. If you do something, how many people check Facebook at work, but they do it when they're not, no one knows, so they do it secretly. Okay, now the next one, increasingly marginalized by society. Anybody know what that would be considered?
Increasingly marginalized by society. What does it mean?
Yeah.
Marginalized, maybe with them not in the center, in the corner, or like that.
Yeah, so they're unimportant. So if you're marginalized by society, you are unimportant. So say, for example, in most of our countries, our cultures, people who are drunks or alcoholics or drug addicts are usually marginalized, right? They're not really part of main society. Or if they're homeless or mentally ill or something like that, they're marginalized. And which is not good, but it's the fact of life. It's how it is. Where they are saying that people who do not use social media will eventually become marginalized by society. They will be seen as unimportant. Okay, Ahmed, could you read the next one?
Okay. If you are finding yourself using the internet too much, there are practical steps you can take to deal with the problem. Expert recommended fixing some offline time to the day. When you abstain from all things connected to the internet, let your friends know in advance that you are taking this step and can only be connected by telephone.
Can only be contacted by telephone. Okay, so when you abstain from something, to abstain from, does anybody know what that means?
Something like step away.
Basically, you don't do it. Okay. For example, I think the best way the word abstain is used is in the use of alcohol. For example, in Saudi Arabia and in Qatar, where Ahmed and Saud are located, and then also in in my family, we all abstain from alcohol, so we do not drink alcohol. I grew up in a family that they never touched it. So
In whole your life?
yeah, my parents and my father's parents never touched it, and so I know a lot of people that abstain from alcohol. So that's how it's actually used a lot. That is a verb that you can use that way. There's pockets of Americans that do not drink alcohol at all and see it the same way that that you do. So. So, yeah, but in English, there's another word that they teach in British English, but in American English, we use this word. So, but anyway, if you abstain from something, you don't do it. So, all right, next paragraph. Max, could you read this?
Separating your personal life from the office can be difficult in the 21st century. Make sure that you keep separate email accounts so that you don't automatically receive personal emails at work or business-related messages at home.
Yeah, that's easier said than done. Do you guys know? Do you guys know that saying? Easier said than done. So it's easier to say it than to do it. So, all right. And Jinyu, can you read the next paragraph?
If you need to go a step further, you can stop your computer or telephone from connecting to the internet automatically. That means that conversation with friends or mealtime with the family are not interrupted by message. No notifications.
Yep.
You can even set your router to power down during certain hours so that it becomes impossible to connect to the net.
Okay, so this word has two pronunciations. You just said the British way, which is great. In the American pronunciation, we pronounce it router. So it's a router or router.
Router.
Yeah.
Router.
Okay.
Router.
Yeah. Okay. Saud, can you read the last paragraph? Saud, are you there? Okay, Ahmed, could you read it?
Okay. Whatever method you choose, willpower is the key to success. As the internet becomes more important in our life, finding the balance between the online world and the real world will become increasingly difficult.
Okay, so remember, as the internet becomes, so we need to pronounce the S's at the end of the world, more important in our lives. Yeah. And that's very common for, I think, everyone to, as they're reading especially, to just swallow the S. So that's very, very common. Okay, are there any words or phrases that we have not gone over that you guys do not know?
Willpower.
Willpower, okay. Willpower is, it's kind of like a decision that you, say, for example, the best example is a person who wants to lose weight. And in order for them to, if they have willpower, they will stay away from the food. That, they will only eat the amount of food that they should. So they will stay away from the chocolate or the sugar that they have been eating. So that is a person with willpower. It's kind of like a determination.
The person who has the deal to not to use something.
Yes, and they have to, and they basically they have to be determined that they won't do it. So, so if you are addicted to something, you have to use willpower to stay away from that. So if you are addicted, like I'm addicted to Pepsi, and if I decide to not drink Pepsi, it will take willpower to stay away from it. So
To stay away.
to stay away. To stay away.
Stay away. Yeah.
Yeah, to stay away. If I didn't have willpower, then the next time somebody offers me a Diet Pepsi or a Pepsi Max, I will say, sure, I'll take it. I'll just have it this one time. So,
yeah.
So okay, any other words here?
Not very difficult text.
Good. Yeah, I think most of them aren't. Some of them are, but. All right, so let's look. Why is Chuck Harris unhappy with his life? Does anybody remember?
My whole life revolves around the internet. I can't stop myself.
He has no willpower. So, okay. So he is addicted to the internet. So he is addicted to the internet, and he never meets people in the flesh, only online. Okay. Let's see if I can get this right. Yep. Okay. So why? Next one. What is the problem of internet addiction going? Why is the problem of internet addiction going to get worse? Does anybody know?
Because it affect the or bring the mentality illness.
But why is it going to get worse? So what you answered is one of the reasons it could get. Well, yeah, that could be one reason. Yeah, well, the answer here is what they're looking for is Wi-Fi is going to spread and telephones will soon be smartphones. So basically, the reason it will get worse is because we will be around it all the time. Yeah, so, but your answer was actually good too, because you're just saying because it's a part, people just start becoming addicted to it, it will become an illness. So, kind of like alcoholism or drug addiction. Stuff like that. Okay, so next question. What 3 practical steps can you take to reduce your internet usage? So, Jinyu, can you think of any answers here?
Three steps. And make sure you keep separate email accounts. Secondly, you can stop your computer or telephone from connecting to the internet. The third step, willpower is the key to the success.
Okay, those are some good ones, and that's good. And so you found you found more than the 3. You found a 4th and a 5th for willpower.
Maybe set the router to power down.
Power down the router. Yeah. Yeah. Power down router. and then separate the emails. So we found more than they asked. Separate the emails.
Yeah.
And then they also said, oh, no, they have that already. Keep the work and home email separate. Fix some offline time every day. So, and then make sure your phone and computer do not automatically connect to the internet. That's actually very difficult to do. So, all right. Let's go on. Okay, number 1, Max. Can you match that? Albo, and I'm sorry about that. My dog has decided he wants to leave. Lopeta. Eastiu. Okay, I just spoke to him in Finnish. I'm sorry about that. All right, Max, could you do number 1?
If your life revolves around the internet, I think the internet is your job is related to the internet.
Actually, the internet is the
No?
main thing in your life. Yeah, so your first thought was right. So the internet is the main thing in your life. So if your life revolves around your children, then you will think of your children all the time. Or if it revolves around your job, then the job will be the main focus. So, okay.
The response is which one of those 3?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what revolves around the internet? If your life revolves around the internet, then the internet is the main thing in your life. These other 2 are not correct. So, okay.
The correct is what? Is what?
The third one. The internet is the main thing. Yep. Internet is the main thing in your life. Yeah. So, say for example, if a person is a workaholic. Okay, if they're a workaholic, then their life revolves around their work. A family man, for example, his life will revolve around his children and his wife. Okay, all right. Number 2, Xinyu, can you do number 2?
Number 2, if you do something surreptitiously, you do it secretly.
Yes, if you do something surreptitiously, you do it secretly. I'm not sure why they use this word. I think Ahmed, that will be a good word for you to use if you're ever writing, but it's a word that's usually used in literature or writing, and not as much in conversation. You might have somebody, for example, who is really well-read. Somebody who's well-read, basically a well-read person is a person who they know a lot of things because they have studied. So you might have a well-read person, but a regular, normal person probably would not use that word. So I'm like, why did they do that? But it would be good for you, Ahmed, in your writing. So when you write your novel after you retire, right?
Yeah, surreptitiously.
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 Yeah, surreptitiously.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Next one. Now the third, number 1, revolves around is a very common word, and then this next one, to opt out. Saud, are you back? It doesn't sound like he is. Okay. Ahmed, could you do number 3?
Yeah, if you opt out of social messaging services.
Okay.
Really, you choose not. I think the number 3.
Perfect.
You
You
choose
choose
not
not.
to use.
Yeah. So an opt-out is when you choose not to use something. You opt out of, for example, maybe you opt out of insurance at work because your spouse already has insurance, or you opt out of, I don't know, buying a birthday present or something. So. Okay, number 4. Jinyu, can you do number 4?
Number 4, if you are marginalized by society, people think you are unimportant.
Yes, and your internet is having problems right now, just to let you know. So people think you are unimportant. So, and because they are you think they are unimportant, they also think you are strange, and they are rude to you. So, all of them actually work, but the main one is this last one.
But
So.
we called society as a people.
Yeah, society would be like, for example, all the people in Qatar, society as a whole. So for example, your local community.
Local community.
Local community or society. Society is everyone that lives in your area. It's hard to explain.
Because why I ask that question? Because this word is same in the French. So société. And société in French is meaning that establishment or a company.
Okay. Yeah, and also, for example, we might have the word, for example, in English, we might have high society. And high society are the people who are the company leaders and who are the community leaders, who are the rich people, and it is high society.
Yeah.
Where
and society, the whole people is society.
Yeah, all the people is society. And for example, in
unimportant.
For example, in China, as a society, everyone speaks Chinese. You know, as a society in my country, most people speak English as their native language. Not everybody, but most people do. So, okay, a good question. And yeah, so marginalized, for example, I think I might be wrong, because I've been to the Middle East. I've been to Qatar, not Qatar, Dubai, and I've been to Korea. So I've been to China. I've been to Asia, but I haven't been to your countries. But I believe that in all of our countries, people who are mentally ill or are homeless are marginalized.
Homeless is the same illness, mentality ill?
Not necessarily, but many, at least in my country, if you are homeless, not everyone is, but many people who are long-term homeless are mentally ill, or they are drug addicts or alcoholics. And now it's not for everybody. Some people become homeless through no fault of their own. But if somebody is homeless for 10 years, many times it's because they are mentally ill, or they're alcoholics or drug addicts. But I don't know in your countries. But people, back 50 years ago or 100 years ago, if a couple were divorced in my country, they were marginalized.
Mhm.
You know, so they were considered unimportant.
Mhm.
So, all right. If you abstain from the internet, what happens if you abstain from the internet? Which one of these?
You use the internet very little.
Yeah, actually, you don't use it at all.
You don't use internet at all.
Yeah. So if you abstain from something, then so say for example, if somebody says I am going to abstain from the internet on Saturdays, that is going to be the day I will abstain. So they stay away from it on Saturday, so they don't use it at all. Or
Mhm.
you know, a lot of poor people or homeless people don't ever use the internet. So
Yeah.
all right. So, all right, let's see if we can put these revolves around, surreptitiously, opt out, marginalized, and abstained from in these sentences. So, Jinyu, can you try number 1?
Number 1. Liz has
It's one of these 3.
has revolved around joining her family over the summer vacation.
Actually, she has opted out. Opted out of joining her family. So maybe she's a university student, you know, or in her 20s, and she wants to be with her friends. So she's opted out of joining her family for summer vacation. So, okay. Number 2, Ahmed, can you try this one?
Yeah. The elderly often
Mm-hmm.
feel marginalized.
Mm-hmm.
No one listen to what they say.
Yeah, so no one listens to what they say. Listens.
No one listens.
Yes. All right. And Jinyu, can you try number 3?
And number 3, Justin is supposed to be an adult. However, he however he he sur surreptitiously has a cream cheese bagel before bed.
And he should just do it openly. So, right. Next one, number 4, Ahmed.
Yeah. Since he got married, Andrew has abstained
Mm-hmm.
all alcohol.
Okay, so he is abstained from. So, with this word, when you use the words abstain, it always has the same preposition. So since this is a new word for you guys, learn both of them. Abstain from. So he abstains from alcohol. He abstains from smoking, or he abstains from the internet. He abstains from whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, number 5, and this is the last one. So Julia's life seems to what? Anybody?
To revolve around.
Yeah, so Julia's life seems to revolve around her job. So she's probably single and with no boyfriend, so that's why she her life revolves around her job. So she never has any free time. Okay, so let's look at these questions. So we've got some questions related to the text and some other questions. Let's go to this first question here. Jinyu, which groups of people do you think are marginalized in your country?
Some people are marginalized in my country. I think some poor people would be marginalized in our country.
Okay. So poor people. Okay. And how about in Ahmed? How about in your country? Which groups of people are marginalized in your country?
Yeah, I think the whole community, those came from other countries, is marginalized in this country, and we can see that in many sort of dealing.
Okay.
The first one maybe in term of salaries. Yeah, because you can see the two person do the same work when maybe took when take maybe not half, even little than half of the others.
Okay. Yeah. So you could say the expat community, for example, or the foreign community.
Yeah.
So the
Foreign
expat community. Yeah, either one of those. I think expat is used more, but depending on how good the people are at English that you're talking to, the foreign community might depends on who you're speaking with. If you're speaking with someone who doesn't speak English well, they'll understand foreign first before expat.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, all right, Jinyu, let's do this third question. Does your life seem to revolve around anything? What else do you do too much? So, what does your life revolve around?
Recently, my life seems to be revolve around English.
Okay.
I spend too much time learning English. In the future, I want to be an English teacher like you.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, and I would, it looks like we're out of time, so I hope to thank you both for sticking out this lesson, and we'll see you again in another lesson, either today or later on. Thank you very much, and I hope you learned some new words and phrases. So thanks. Bye.
Thank you, teacher. See you.